A hen is proving to be more intelligent than Kenya. A mother hen is proving to be more intelligent than Somalia. What does a hen do? When the children are misbehaving, you can call them chicks if you wish. By going out of the safe territory and a hawk comes to land on them, the hen fights the hawk before coming to admonish the children. I draw this analogy because Kenya's a country is behaving less intelligent than a hen. Kenya and Somalia are one and the same. This is a family. Kenya and Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania, we are brothers. Go to the border of Kenya and Tanzania, Kurias, Masai, both sides, Teso, Uganda, both sides, Luyas, Somalia, whole front, what you just call the Northern Frontier District, Garissa, Mandela, Moyale, not to mention Isili. All these are Somali people. And they are also in Somalia. This is a region of brothers and sisters. But like fools, we are allowing foreigners to come and make us fight disputes that do not belong to us, that are manufactured by those who want to benefit from the riches of Africa. It pains me a lot. These fellows came and recruited us and forced us into slavery. They sold our people. The people they got from Africa under very inhumane conditions. Thousands dying across the Atlantic. The black men and women who are taken to start and work on plantations in South America and Cuba, all those islands, slave colonies, where they worked on sugar plantations, rubber plantations that have enriched Europe and America. We have forgotten all that. When slavery was no longer tenable because of the changing times, they colonized us, supposedly, like Cecil Rhodes say, for the benefit of Africa. You remember Cecil Rhodes, the founder of Rhodesia? He said Africa must be colonized from Cairo to Cape Town, from Cape Town to Cairo. And if possible, a road or a rail line constructed for the benefit of the African. We went through 100 years or so of colonial slavery. When they knew that was no longer tenable, they gave us token independence, put our leaders in pockets, and they came back for our minerals. When they saw we are becoming enlightened, we are challenging our leaders for eating with foreigners. They came through another style. They brought wars between us so that they can get the minerals of DRC Congo. They must make Congo perpetually at war. Initially, they supported a dictator. In the 21st century, Kenya and Somalia are being this stupid that with all this education you can't see the people who are making you differ, go into conflict, want the tuna fish at the coastline we are fighting for. They want the oil-rich deposit of oil and gas. We can't see that. How stupid are we? That Kenya and Somalia cannot see the foreigners who are making us feud are after our natural resources, what God gave us. If Somalia and Kenya decided to exploit those resources, they can do it for 100 years without depleting those resources, perhaps, for the benefit of the Somali people and the Kenyan people. We can't see such a simple logic. It is so stupid of us, extremely stupid of us, not to see that it is foreigners with an eye on our resources that they want to keep us perpetually in conflict, for them to exploit our resources. If we haven't seen this, then we have no business of being called human beings. We are just animals. And I should be ashamed of being a Kenyan. We in this part of the world must wake up. We must reclaim our continent. We are the richest continent in terms of resources. And as more and more of our children go to school, those who have exploited our ignorance to exploit our resources are rewarded. That's why they will do everything. They will use our leaders to mess our education, as they are doing, and you can see it. They will make us fight each other, as you are already seeing it, in order that they may get these resources. We have to be careful. We have to be careful not to allow foreigners to make us go into unnecessary argument that could lead us into destruction.
The International Court of Justice, the ICJ, delivered its decision in the maritime delimitation in the Indian Ocean case, Somalia, Kenya. While Kenya is not surprised by the decision, it is profoundly concerned by the import of the decision and its implications for the Horn of Africa region and international law generally. At the very onset, Kenya wishes to indicate that it rejects in totality and does not recognize the findings in the decision. The decision embodies a perpetuation of the ICJ's jurisdictional overreach and raises a fundamental question on the respect of the sovereignty and consent of states to international judicial processes, and international tribunals have jurisdiction only to the extent of the consent by a state. Kenya, as an avid supporter of the rule of law, accepted the court's jurisdiction through a declaration in 1965 with an objectively clear outline of certain excluded matters. At the time, Kenya never imagined that the ICJ would violate the declaration to the extent of imposing its mandate over expressly excluded matters. It is an unfortunate development over the last decade, a trend that has emerged of some supposedly international organizations being deployed as political tools against certain countries. Sadly, this has infected the ICJ, leading it to impose jurisdiction on a dispute that it has neither jurisdiction nor competence.
We must be careful. We are the richest continent. The world is watching. They know as more and more young Africans get educated, and with the most youthful population in the world, and now a population beyond 2-3 times, getting to 3 times that of Europe. Wake up, Africans. The population of Africa now is almost 3 times that of Europe. We are getting there. It's a huge market. Africa does not need another market. We are a market unto ourselves. And with our resources, we can only partner with those with technology and capital to exploit our resources. Not to get cheap $20 million license and we let somebody get billions of US dollars from our resources. And now we are fighting over us. They know that this youthful population, the most youthful population, becoming more and more educated, Africa could rule the world. They don't want that. They must make you feud. They must make you fight each other. And when you do that, like people are trying to make Somalia and Kenya get into unnecessary conflict, that's neither good for Kenya nor Somalia. But I want also to warn Kenya. I want also to warn Somalia. If you go into conflict, this is not something you'll manage. With foreigners having an eye on your resources, this conflict, You look at the problems in Somalia since Siad Barre left, it would look like child's play. That would be a picnic. The really problems that you can enter into, looking at the complications of the geopolitics, looking at the complicated and very complex arrangement of this region, and of the people and the cultures and the geographical realities between Kenya and Somalia. Just look at it and imagine a conflict. My friend, you will not manage that kind of conflict. And you are doing it because foreigners want you to do it? Shame on us. Shame on us. But I'm sure I'm not going to be the only voice talking about this. I'm sure other people across the world, especially African people, will see this for what it is. Those waters are there, they are ours. The waters belong to Somalia and Kenya. In yetu, we can use it the way we want. Ours. God has given us. Instead of exploiting what is there, somebody wants us to go into unnecessary conflict. Shindwe.